Okay. Wow, I'm about to tell a story. And I'm actually gonna go to the same spot that it happened and tell the story there, which is my elementary school. So I decided we could do a walking tour. If you want to do a walking tour, we'll do the walking tour. Or you just skip to the part when I'm sitting at the school. Anyway, so this is a story about meeting two legends. And I don't even know if, like, what I met. Like, I don't know if they were people who had homes, like they left them into their home and stuff, or if they were like spirits or something. The domain of Shiva is a serious domain. Anyway, I don't know. It's all beyond that. It's all beyond Shiva. It's all beyond everything. So, yeah, I'm only gonna start the story when I get there. But I've been like, I watched this video. I'll just give preface because I watched this video and it's like, yo. The video's in, I'll put the link in the video. And it's titled, What conversations have you had with someone that made you think they're not human? Like, you see this railing? They put that up there because, I don't know, people were climbing over and stuff. My friend once graffitied all over there. Anyway, so when it got to story 13, I got a cosmic shock because it was so similar to what happened to me. But for all I know, it was nothing. And everyone's humans anyway. It's all humans. Even if it's a spirit or encounter or whatever, or a ghost encounter, it's all humans. Or like a demonic encounter. Even if they look not human, it's a human who's just projecting a form at you. And they're in some different density, or they're on Earth, or they're in the afterlife, and they're just coming onto the Earth. But it's all humans who were here once. Or are here still. That's all it is. But man, it's like 3-minute walk, 3 minutes to the school. I'm just saying, this was the trippiest encounter of people I've ever had in my life thus far. And I encounter a lot of people, right? Like, this man. Anyway, so many a time hath been had in that building and in that building when I was a young lad, and in this building. But as a young lad, me and me brothers would run down the hall and knock on every door, and my brother too, like my older brother, my actual older brother, would tell stories of the same thing. Anyway. Which way? Anyway. So yeah. Now I have to rotate this video It looks like it started in landscape mode, and I'm kind of annoyed, but it's not that big of a deal. But it might be. Actually, I don't know. No, I don't think it would. I don't really care. What else can I preface? A baby. A legendary baby. It's crusted old. The outside mans. There's always the outside mans here. There he is. Jeez, that guy's been out there, like, dude, every single time. There's usually a group of people outside always hanging out there. And some of them are there 90%, some of them are there 80%, some of them are there 75%. This one kid is literally their flawless victory, 100% sitting outside. Anyway, the school's there, so it's there. What else can I preface? I forget. It's gonna all come to me when I sit down. And I've been here twice, right? Like, I came back a second night to be like, let me see if I find them again. And yo, I even had an encounter that night. But I don't know. I'll just tell you. And then there's the twist. I was wondering if I was going to tell this story in chronological order, or in the order of me realizing things. And I decided it's going to be in the order of me realizing things. So you wait for the twist at the end, or the untwist, you could call it, because it's going to be an untwist. When the story gets untwisted. There used to be a huge jungle gym here, and in 1 year it was gone, because I bet you kids are trying to be Ezio and stuff. Like, it was around the time like all Assassin's Creed starts coming out and stuff. I'm definitely sure kids are trying to be Ezio and Altair and stuff and shit, and all these crazy boys are hurting themselves. Because who wasn't? I wasn't even I was out of college, and I'm trying to be Ezio. I'm trying to parkour. I hope there's nobody there. Sometimes there's a bunch of people playing there. If they are, maybe they'll sit around the campfire for a story. Here's my elementary. There's people there, I'll just go sit somewhere else. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. No one's there, lads. Trippiest thing. It could either all be explained like they were just kids out on the town. And I'll be frank, I smoked that Marigigi. And I was smoking here, that's why I came here that night. But I'll tell you, oh man. Or it could just be explained that they were just spirits, but either way, it's still humans. Like, either way. Ooh, a soccer ball. This is the spot, man. It's a spot where it happened, buddy. That log. Trippiest encounter of my life. And I encountered a lot of people in the deep city, and nothing ever was like that. But maybe it's just because this bowl in the ting. Come on, bruv. What in the frickin' hole? Look at this lad, look at this lad. They wanna come play. You wanna play soccer? No. Trying to do this with the phone screen. Okay. It's gonna go in the okay. Let's tell this story. And it's just what happened 7 years earlier. That's the thing. That's where the twist or the untwist comes. 7 years earlier, something happened that made me go, oh. So I came here. Alright, let's sit down and tell this story. Where do I start? Okay. So, I start where I start, I guess. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna come here and smoke some weed at the place where I went to school. Just, like, I'll just go sit at Blessed Teresa. I think this is like that was like the first time I ever was like, I'll smoke here. So I came, sat on this log. The first time I tried to come here, there was people all here. Like some, I don't know, maybe some after school program or something, and then I was just like, oh, never mind. And the next time I came was like 10:30 p.m. and I came here, sat down, I had my little bag full. I go to this 24-hour dispensary and I just bought a bunch of pre-rolls. And I was like chain smoking pre-rolls because now I'm just like whatever about weed. The last joint I smoked, I don't know, but this was like a phase of just weed crash out because on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, my father decided he's gonna go to the spirit, the afterlife. I'm like, yo, forget this. Just like, man. And then like, I went to go get weed syrup. I drank it like a week later after he passed away. This man's a legend. He's still here, first of all. So I gotta know. And you're gonna still be here. Still here. You're gonna be here. And I'm gonna be there. We're gonna be here in one. Anyway, so like, and I hadn't smoked weed for maybe a year, and I just got the syrup, I drank it, and I was able to cry. Like, it helped me burst crying, right? And I was so happy. Like, yes, weed can help me cry. Anyway, so I just forgot about weed for a bit. And after, I was like, oh, I'm gonna smoke weed again. I was like, always like, I'm never gonna smoke. I'm going into like these. Oh yeah, here comes a car. I was wondering if I'm gonna come here and then they're gonna pop out, and we're gonna figure out they're actually like just kids who just live around here. Anyway, that was another reason I wanted to come here. Or they come and trip everyone out. Anyway, so yeah, I got like a bunch of kush, and I'd been smoking for like a month, just smoking weed, just not caring. I'm like, I'm crashing out, I don't even care. And then I'm here, okay, let's get to the point. I'm smoking my joint, chilling, just sad, feeling everything. I don't know, feeling everything. Oh, there's people in the school. I don't know if they would come if there's people in the school. And then as I'm smoking over there, I just see a car pulling up, and it parks right in that parking spot. See, there's parking spots there, like over the fence, and I could only see the front half of the car, the driver window, right, and then the hood, and like the rest of the car was like back there. And I'm just like, oh, this guy's trying to chill, because that happens a lot, right? Like guys will just come park and then just chill in their car, but they get out. 2 kids get out, 2 mans get out, and they start walking over, and I'm like, oh, like, it's the hitters, it's the hitters, it's the hitters, like, it's the hitters. Like, my mind goes immediate. No, my mind was like, oh, they want to come smoke, and then my mind's like, it's the hitters. They found me. They found man. Cause like, Italian Irish heritage, I'm always thinking mafia for some reason. Well, mafia. Nah, but like, like, it's like I don't even like do anything to get hit by mafia, but like you just think it. I don't know why. Growing up, seeing movies and stuff, I don't know. And also I'm just like, this was also a time where there's this girl, Georgia, right? I'm like, that's my soulmate. I met my soulmate. And she just doesn't get it. She's so annoying. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm crashing out. I'm going silly. I'm getting a harem. I'm getting a harem. Every girl I ever slept with or dated or wanted to sleep with me, I'm going back. I'm sending dick pics. I'm getting everyone. Yo. I'd trip if that's them, but I don't think so. This is not the same car. Anyway. Yo, so I was doing that, and then I guess I'm not gonna say names. One of the girls in the story, Elsewhere Elsa, in the one story I told, yeah, and she had a boyfriend too, and like I don't know what girls have boyfriends and stuff that like I haven't talked to in a long time. Anyway, after I did this, I'm like I don't even follow through. Like I start, I'm like, I'm thinking I'm gonna get this harem. I'm just gonna have a harem and fuck you all. I'm gonna have sex with all of you and just, or maybe not. Maybe just like get girls to be on me. So George is like, oh my god, I want to be with him now. Cause like that psychology shit. Cause like there's like these videos coming on my feed that were just like this like dating coaches. This guy Casey Xander, he was like popping up, and I'm like, let me check this out. Like, just check this out. And then like all videos were popping up, and I'm like just curiously looking at them. I'm like, you try this shit. And then like after I tried it, I'm like, I'm not gonna do this shit. So anyway, like when the kids were coming, I'm like, it's the hitters. They found me. Like what, I don't know, boyfriends are talking, or like what if the girls like say, oh, I don't know, like who someone's got sent. Like, holy fuck. But I'm trying to chill, just gonna come. I'm like, I'm gonna get robbed. I'm like, are they talking about robbing me? Like, yo, let's go rob that kid. Anyway, they get up here. Yo, what's up, man? Yo, can we sit down? Yeah. Boom. So they're two walking, right? One's a little shorter, one's a little taller. Both have the same haircut, kind of like, it's like the fade here, the wavy up top, and they look slick. They're slick as bro. He has the bag. One's just all black t-shirt, black track pants. One's white t-shirt, black track pants, or maybe dark blue jeans, I forget. He has a little bag. I'm like, these guys just what is it? I'm like trying to be like, no, they're just coming to chill. It's nothing. Somewhere in me is like, or I'm getting robbed, or they're gonna try to rob me. And I'm like, they're coming up. Well, when they're coming up, I'm thinking like, should I just get up and just start going? Should I just get up quick and just start running or something, or just start walking fast away? And I just didn't want to look like scared, bitch. Like make them think like, dude, why is he? What the hell? Like we don't care. We're just coming up to say hi. So I was like, alright, just chill here. I don't even need to go. Like, what are they gonna do to me anyway? Well, I don't even care. Kill me. Who cares? Christ. We Christ. Like what? Who dies? Anyway, so brother. So anyway, they get up and they're here in like a second. And after this, I was kind of shook. Like when I was leaving, I was shook at how fast they were up here. Not like in a supernatural way, just like how fast things can shift. Like I'm just here all alone smoking, and how quickly like mans are in my face. And even though I had time to like watch them walk, but like how quickly they're already here, like, dude, that stuff kind of gets me like tripped out. And maybe if these guys watch this, they could say, yo, we're just real people, bro. We have a home. Anyway, so they get up and they're like, yo, they sit. The guy in the white t-shirt sits here. The guy in the black t-shirt sits here. And they're talking to me about, no, the first thing I say is, yo, do you want a joint? Because I had 8 joints. I had 8.8s. And I'm like, hey, you want a joint? And the guy here goes, oh no, we don't smoke. And I was like, okay. I just thought, oh, maybe they're too young to even like go in the store. Or they just don't smoke. And in the car, there's a guy in the driver's seat, right? And he's just staring ahead. Like staring ahead. And he looked like them. Like these two, they weren't twins, but they looked the same. Like they looked like they were cut from the same cloth. What? I could just be tripping. But anyway, the kid in the car also looked like them. And they were just staring ahead. And they just looked like me. Like they just looked like me. Like Irish Italian kids. I don't know. Arabic. Like I don't know. Can't really tell. They just look like me. Like kids like me. But like younger. And then I don't know, this guy like, oh no, then this guy looks at me, and I look at him in the eyes, and it's just so trippy. But they could have been on yayo or something, because the eyes were like the yayo eyes, but the eyes were like voids, bro. Like it was like I was looking into like the deepest flow abyss. Like there was no one here. like the tour trip reports when there's like they're talking to someone for the whole time and they're not there. And he goes, yo, do you know where we could get hose? And I'm just thinking like, yo, they're frigging with me because of what I've been doing with the girls. The girls told on me or something. And then I'm like, like a strip club? And then this guy laughs, looking ahead, right? And I'm just like, just chilling here, and it's all silent, and we're just chilling in silence. And like this guy is coming up, and I'm just getting vibes like, are these guys my greatest bros, or like I'm getting robbed soon? Bro, for all I know, these are them. They don't look like them. One of them looks like them. It's a totally different car. Bro, this is always the spot. It seems. Like that's what I thought. I thought it was like a spot. Anyway, I'll get to that. So this guy's just getting up and shit. And he's just like doing that like, wait, let me put my phone down, like what he's doing, like I'm like, I know what this is, like I've experienced this before. Hold on. Like, I'm sitting there and he's just coming around like this. He's coming around like, just like this, and he's like, you know that? Like, you know that shit? Like, do you know what this is, bro? Kind of thing. Like, you know that shit? And I'm like, okay, I know what this is. I know what this is. And I just remember just kind of just still smoking my joint, just looking at him and just like looking away, like just in my heart being like, bro, like there's no man here like that for you. Like, I don't know, like there's no man for you to do anything to here. And he always just would kind of do it, like he was gonna start, like get demony, and then I would just show him like I'm not going for it, and then he would just kind of put his head down like in a rejected way kind of, and then he'd walk a bit here and then walk back and then start it again, and then I'll just be like, I'm telling you, bro, there's no man here like that for you. You just do it again, like we kind of got like rejected. For all I know though, it wasn't that. For all I know, he was just like, why is this guy not smiling back at me? Cause bro, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. The shit was going too fast, and I'm tripping about my father, and now you and me die. And then this guy's just, so then he starts explaining, he's like, yo, like, we're just here cause, yo, our friend's in the car and he wants to have sex with this girl, right? He's talking about he wants to have sex with this girl in the back. And I'm like, oh, so you guys gotta like stay out here for a bit while it goes down? And they're like, yeah. And I'm looking at the car cause I could see this man parked. Like I could see the driver, and this driver's still just like an NPC. Like he's just staring. He didn't move his head once. He didn't look. He didn't do anything. He's just staring straight ahead. And I'm just thinking, like, looking there, like, so there's two people in the back of the car having sex. Why is the driver there still? Right? And then this guy here is like going like this to look. I'm looking at him, and I dare not do this too. Like I just dared not do it. I just dared not do it. I didn't want to like see if there was no one in the car, and like if I'm like this, I don't know, and they attack. I don't know. It just seemed like I was out to like get like attacked, like pounced on, or make the greatest brothers. Depending on how I acted, that was the vibe. Like they were flow boys. Like these guys did. It was like the vibe was like they just flowed. Like they didn't care about God. They didn't care about Satan. They didn't care about hell or heaven, righteousness or sin. They didn't do anything but go with the flow. Like they didn't care. They're just like, we'll kill you if it gets to that. We'll rob you if we feel like it, or if we feel like you're someone we could rob, or we'll be your greatest bro if you're our greatest bro. Like, and it taught me a super divine lesson about like living in the moment, but like not robbing people and stuff, but like they just seemed super flowed into the city or into the streets, like, I don't know, street boys, I guess, but not like they were projections, but like, I don't even, like, it's like they weren't there. Like they didn't go anywhere, they didn't come from anywhere, like they literally just like came and then parked. Like behind that tree, they just like materialized and parked here, like those two twins in the Matrix, you know, those two albino twins that just go, they morph in and morph out. That's exactly what it felt like they were. But for all I know, I'm just tripping, and they were just really slick. So that's what they feel like, because like when you really slick, or like when you flow, when you're just feeling all your emotions and you really flow with what's going on everywhere, you're gonna look like that to people. So like they could have been really close to God or something, like in their emotions. They could have been really just constantly not resisting anything, and everything's flowing through them. Like the Taurus was just like clear, maybe not like fully clear, but, and also because they were kids, right? And I'm just thinking, like, is it because I'm like meeting the what's the next gen, Gen X? Is that what's the next gen after millennial, or Gen Z, Gen X, whatever? It's like I was meeting them. I was like, maybe they're just different, right? But then I'm like, no, I've encountered like kids and stuff. Like it's never felt this way. Anyway, so yeah, he's like leaning like that, looking at them, and I'm just like looking at him, and he comes back up and looks at me and gives me a little like mischievous smile, and just like his eyes just look like nothing's going on. But he looked horny. That's the thing that seemed like they were just real kids. Well, it's always real people, just different densities of spirit. But what it seemed like, they were like energy. Like I was just talking to energy that morphed into these kids, and it's like these two kids, like the vibe was like they never aged. They had been this age. They looked like about 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds. Like they had been this form, this 21-year-old two kids, like for millennia, beyond millennia, like tens of millennia, and they've just been scouring Earth like the whole time. You know, like 2,000 years ago, they were like scouring Morocco, if Morocco was around, Egypt, you know, like they were just like, that's what it seemed like. Like they didn't go anywhere, didn't come from anywhere. They just skim the Earth, right? And come encounter people, and just like, it's up to you what goes on now. Like you die or we let you go. Like, dude, I might be just paranoid, but that's what it felt like. And it's like, and if we kill you, like you're just gonna be a dead body. Like no one's gonna know who did it, because we're nothing. We just vanish after. We'll just go in the car and just materialize out. I'm telling you, that was the vibe. And when I heard this story on YouTube, story number 13, I was like, yo, I think I met them. I'm just saying I did meet them. I'm like going to every comment, finding anyone mentioning that story, and I'm like, yo, I'm posting a story soon. I just did it like an hour ago, and now I'm here telling the story. I'm like, I'm gonna post it in tomorrow or today, if you're curious. And I tried to leave out all the details. I was just getting so passionate, because holy, I think I know them. And then like a day before, or yesterday, that's yesterday, I heard that story 13 today, just like a few hours ago. I think yesterday or 2 days ago, I was watching this little slideshow thing. You guys have probably seen it on YouTube, and it's like a thing that just scrolls to the side, and it's like blocks. It's like the most pain you've ever felt, or like things that hurt the most, and it's like goes up and up in pain, or you know, most followers on Instagram, and it just like slides, or countries with the most, I don't know. And it was mythological creatures from different countries, or gods from different countries, and I'm like, yo, I think I'll find them, because I'll tell you about what happened 7 years ago. And I'm like, let me see if I see them in here. And I just saw like, let me see if I see like two twins, or two, like a thing that's just two people, two spirits, two entities. And one was just, the only one I saw was called Dokkaebi, and it's from Korea. And I was like, that's the closest thing, but I don't know if they were Dokkaebi, you know. They were just probably real people, man. But they could have been spirits. I could have been skitzing out. But like, anyway, yeah. So I'm thinking they're like the slickers. Like, I'm thinking they're talking about hoes to me and shit, because they're like, so we've been sending people, bro, like, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like how like the mafia comes up and starts talking to you about something similar, and then like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Just to start tripping you out. So I'm thinking that, because like mafia is like ingrained in me. Like, what mafia, right? I know it's stupid, because like no mafia is trying to come kill me, but I don't know. Also smoking marijuana, you get a little paranoid, I guess. But also I'm like, they're just kind of trying to come chill. So anyway, then we start talking like normally, and like he's like, this guy here is like, yo, like, or like, what are you doing stuff? Or well, I'm like trying to like say like, yeah, I went here, this is my school, I used to go here. And then they go, what high school did you go to? I'm like, John Cabot. And then this guy says, oh, me too. And I'm like, oh yeah? So that's another thing that made me think, oh, maybe they're not spirits, maybe they're just people, but like, you don't know. Because this guy didn't go to John Cabot, so I don't know. And they seemed like the same thing. But that's trivial, because we're all like the same thing. But we're all each individually unique, but like I don't know, these two seemed like they were like brothers, but like the word I could say is twins. Like that's why it was so trippy when they're talking about twins, because they're not like twins who looked the exact same, but they were like twins in energy. So maybe they're soulmates, and they're trying to figure out that they're gay, but they're not. I don't know. That's possible with people, but I don't know about them. If you guys are watching, yo, like say something, because like I'm certain I've come across people who have, after I've gone on, they thought like, was that a spirit? Like, was that God? You know what I mean? Like, I in Calgary, I came across a guy, a homeless man who was playing chess, and I just like, yo, let me play with you. And then after he like was implying that he thought I was God. I'm like, only because you are. I didn't say that, but anyway. So where was I? Yeah, they're talking about me. Like, what do you do? I'm like, you know, I don't know. I just nothing really. I've been making like YouTube stories and stuff. And he goes, yeah, this guy in the black shirt, he's like, that's good, man, that's good. And then it started to seem like, yo, it's brothers. But like, you don't have to be spirits to be that way, you know, like the way I'm talking about how like, anyway, it's up to me how they act. Like it was up to me how like, if they're like, yo, we don't care, we're ready to rob, we're ready to kill, we're ready to be your saints. Like we literally don't care about all that shit. But like, it doesn't mean they're spirits. Human, like physical dense humans do that stuff too, right? And man, when I tell stories, they go on. See, and then there's a car just chilling here, like, and the guy who got out kind of looked like the guy in the black shirt, and he's wearing all black. Like, so I don't know, because when I came back the next time, I thought, like, I started thinking like, oh, I think it's a spot. I'll get to it. Like it's a drug dealing spot here, like, or a gang territory or something. And they run things like they're runners or something. And so anyway, this guy, yeah, when he leans right to look, I guess whoever's having sex, I'm looking at him and I'm just looking at the car. I'm not gonna lean over, and this guy is still in the driver's seat, just staring straight, like still, and he had their haircut too. And then guy got out. I don't know, bro. I don't know who these guys are. It's a trip. Like, this is a trip too. Anyway, one's shorter, one's taller. One doesn't look like Ali. They look older though. Maybe they're morphing. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's not them. Anyway, they told me their name was Ali and Archard. He said Ali. I'm like, oh, what up, Ali? After I was leaving, that's what I was leaving. And he said Archard. Like Richard without the I. He just Archard. Archard. I think that's what he said. It was really weird. I'm pretty sure he said Archard. Because I remember trying to be like, wait, what the fuck did he say his name was? Like Archard. I think it was Archard. Must have been a nickname or something. But anyway. Yeah. Guy looks at me. Mischievous grin, like, and then I'm just like, are they still having sex? Like, and in my head I'm like, there's no one having sex in that car, bro. But maybe the driver's just staring straight ahead, like traumatized what's going on in the back, and this guy's going like, yo, he likes, yeah, our boy, like, he likes sucking toes and whatever, all that freaky shit. And I'm just like, yo, they're here to smack me up. They're here to smack me up. And then I'm just thinking, I'm about to get like pounced. I'm just thinking, this guy here, Archard, I'm just gonna get a knife to the neck and they're gonna take my stuff and go. Like the vibe, I remember the vibe was like, I felt like compelled to start taking my bag off and start showing them everything in my bag. Do you know what I mean? Them tea, when you come across them tea and knackers and you think and they're gonna take something and that's their vibe, and you're opening your bag already for them. Boy, like, you know what I mean? But I don't know if they were thieving knackers. I'm just saying, like, I just wanted to start taking my bag off and like, why am I feeling like I want to just start giving him my stuff? And he's looking at me like, he's just looking at me. And I'm just like, that was right when they sat down though. I was like, right when they sat down, I was like, oh, they want my stuff. Like, I was like under a spell, but I didn't. And then I stopped and I was like, do you guys want to smoke a joint? Yeah, they said, we don't smoke. I was like, okay. Anyway, so then we're talking, and then I started asking them questions after I explained, like, I just do some YouTube stories sometimes. It's funny, I didn't think I was going to be telling a story about the encounter that happened. And he goes, that's nice, man, that's nice. So then I just said, well, what do you guys do? And I don't know what they said, but I said, like, do you travel and stuff? I think I mentioned, like, I went to Japan for a year and, like, I'm trying to go back. We're talking, and this whole time, that's that number 13 story about the oppressive air and shit, like, it all was the same, man. Like, I was like literally reading or hearing a story about the same twins being encountered by people. Like, I just felt and saw that, like, the flow of the energy, like, they were just like flowing, like flow boys, slickers, right? And I'm just like, they're talking about the same exact things. They were probably this, and like, they're the same age then, right? Like, whatever, that story took place in the 80s. And they just roam the streets, and it's 10:30, right? So I'm thinking, like, I'm also thinking as they're coming up, like, are they out? Like, this is 10:30, like, shouldn't you guys, I thought you guys were gonna be doing, like if they're at like a bar or a club or like a party, like, it's 10:30. I'm thinking, like, wouldn't you come to the place at like 1:30 a.m.? Come here at 1:30 a.m. to, like, have your little after jam, your little wind down. I'm like, why at 10:30? This is what you guys are doing at 10:30? But, like, that's just me being stupid. Like, apparently someone was having sex in the car. I didn't see the car moving, but that's the car doesn't have to be moving. And the guy is sitting, just staring. And it was just like, they knew I couldn't see. Bro, it was just so weird. Like, it's like they knew I couldn't see the back. He parked there just perfectly. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get stabbed or something, or just, like, start getting, like, attacked if I let it, if I go for it. Trippy. But doesn't mean they're morph out twins from Matrix. But even that, it's like, what were they? Like, what were they talking about, the writers of Matrix and stuff, when they wrote those characters, right? Like, I think these are things. Here comes a legendary dog, being a legend. Sorry, things chill. Then I said, like, yo, you guys gonna travel? You guys travel? And then we were talking, like, no, yeah. And Ali's here saying, like, yo, sometime, like, maybe a trip to Mexico or something, like a boys trip. And I was like, yeah. It's like, yeah, every time that happens, or I get invited to a boys trip or something like that, I just, like, back out. Doggo. Don't show people on the screen. They don't want to be shown. Anyway, so and I just say, yeah, I'm like a loner. Like, I'll just back out of that stuff. I don't really want to go to that stuff. I'm like, yeah. And, like, the whole time, bro, I'm just that oppressive air. Like, bro, what is this? Like, how long are we gonna be chilling here? Like, it's getting awkward. And my joint was out, and I was too shook to like light it. Like, I just didn't want to light it again. I'm just like, bro, are these guys gonna go, or am I gonna go, or like, are they gonna just waiting for a moment, or is it nothing? Are they literally just waiting for their friend to have sex so they could go? It was just so weird, because I've encountered like gypsies and stuff that are just sketchy, you know what I mean? So I'm just thinking it's that, because they did look like gypsy kids. Like, I couldn't tell what they were, like, you know what I mean? Like, they just look like me, and I can't tell what I am. Some people can't tell what I am either. Like, they always say the wrong thing. Like 90% of the time they say something else that I'm not. Well, I guess I am. I guess we're all everything, bro, from Atlantis, bro. But anyway, so I'm just thinking it's not like, it's their little their strategy to rob people. Like, I don't friggin' know. Like, get me thinking of sex and like chilling with them, like horny, and then right when I'm vulnerable there. But like, I remember looking in Ali's eyes when he asked me where to hose. This kid looked like he was ready to fuck anything, and that brought me back to like reality. Like, oh, maybe he's just a real kid. But like, he was the one in the white shirt being the real like reality. Like, oh, I went to John Cabot. Oh, I'm just a horny kid who wants hose. Yeah, my eyes look like I'm on coke. But Archard was all in black, mysterious, but they were the same kid. And he just seemed like he was taking me out of reality. Like, nah, these two are something else. It was like good cop, bad cop, white and black, yin and yang, sitting on either side, dude. And I'm just thinking, maybe I'm just so high on weed, these are coming to me, and it's just my consciousness. But they're still individuals either way. Even if I was just like skitzing out high, and like these people like were appearing to me, and like no one else would see them, you know what I mean? They're still individuals. Like, they're still humans that had been on Earth at some point, or that's what every spirit is, right? And yeah, like every time, bro, every time I sit here, two people come, and one's in black. So I'm telling you, this car that just parked, and the guy I'm telling you that looks like Archard, but doesn't look like Archard, all in black right now, they're in their car, and there's two of them. And the second time I came back here to like, this is the third time I'm here. The second time I came back here to see if I could encounter them again, two people again in white and black. Like, and that guy's just staring at me from the window. Anyway, like, I didn't even get to the good part because I'm a rambly boy. Like, I think this stuff's gonna be 15 minutes, and it's what, 48 minutes. Jeez. I'll try to get this done. Where was yeah, so I'm feeling like, because then I'm like, yeah, I'm a loner and stuff. I just came here to chill by myself and stuff. And then Archard goes, hey, so we're disturbing the peace. And I said, nah, like, it's cool talking to you guys. It was, because it was nice to like talk to people like out of nowhere. But at the same time, like, I just wanted to kind of chill alone. And at the same time, I'm like, I literally don't know what the fuck's going on, because the vibes are all over the place right now. And I don't even know if you guys are here, or like you're here, but you're like something else. You're in a different density. And they were. Everyone's in a different density. Depending on their state of consciousness. Anyway, their state of flow, basically. If you're stagnant and you're not resisting everything, you know, you're gonna look different to people. If you're letting everything flow through, you're gonna look different to people. A rock or water. And, oh yeah, so a little before that, when he kept going up back to do that, like, do you even know what this is, bro? Kind of thing. Like, do you know what this is? Like, you're getting robbed, dog. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I get what's going on right now. And then, like, when he did it the third time, he kind of just said like, oh, yo, what did you think this was? Like, out of nowhere. I was like, I don't know, I thought you guys were coming to chill and smoke. And like, oh yeah, no. And then that's when he explained like, or like right before that is when he explained like, yeah, they're out here to like wait for their friend to have sex. But I didn't want to say, and I should have, I guess, to be completely truthful. If I was flowing, I would have said, or yeah, I thought you guys were coming to like rob me or something, or like stab me, or like I thought you were like sent by someone. And because like, bro, they look like the slickers, like they look like the street kids, that slicker, the hitters. That's what they look like, that's what they seemed like. But like, that's just kids, like kids just look like that. Modern kids dressed like modern kids who are on the street doing shit like that, having sex in the back, whatever the fuck they were doing that night, you know. So either they were just spirits being like, yo, get your head straight, don't do this, like don't try to get this harem, like stop, like you don't need it. And I'm like, yeah, I know, like that's like I do that, and I'm like I did that, and I get all the girls to be like, oh, and then I'm just like, never mind, no, go away, all you go away, girl, all you go away. I'm just I changed my mind. Right, because I'm thinking like, oh, if all the girls, I'm getting all the attention from all these girls, like those dating coaches are like, yeah, then like girls will want you more. So I'm like, George is gonna want me more. And then I'm just like, I literally don't even give a fuck. Like I don't give a fuck. Just like just starting it was a headache. I'm like, imagine if I like continued going through with it all. Anyway, so yeah, it was like they're like, we could be your most demonic, like the most demon, evil devils that torment you, or we could be your angels. It's like, that's what it seemed like they were. Like the whole vibe was so on the fence. I'm just saying, I never felt this before. And then hearing that story was just like, whoa, I know exactly what the heck. And then in that story, at the end, when it said the girl was with the bat and she was freaking out because like they said like they did something extra creepy when the person telling the story, like they said like they came back and the guys were gone, but like there was a girl like tripping out with a bat, and everyone was on acid in the party, and they said they did something extra creepy. And like sitting here was like, dude, the longer I sit here, the more fucked up shit's feeling. Like I'm like, I don't know how much longer I could just sit here with them, because like we're not talking, we're just sitting here and shit, and I'm like too friggin' like frozen to like light my joint. Like I'm like, if I just moved, or just no fucking, I don't know, bro. Like don't make any sudden movements. So then I just trying to remember if I missed anything before I tell the end. The guy still didn't move his head. Like the driver, I was always looking at him, because like I just have to do this right with my eyes to just see him, and he was just like the two kids in this car right now are moving, but like there's kids. I mean they're like talking and shit, but like this guy was just like, you know, in GTA when you just see a guy in the car, like they're just like that. It was just like that, and the vibe was crazy, man. I'm like, there's nobody having sex in that car, and I dare not lean over and look, because if I do, like, I dare not do anything, dare not come off balance. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like I dare not come off balance, or they'll do something. They're slickers. They'll know exactly the minute I'm vulnerable. But I could have been high, and I could have been totally not even on that. You know, that's why I'm like, bro, Ali and Archard, if you watch this, and I guess I could go see like John Cabot's alumni student body, and just see if people named Ali, and find if I could see that guy. But I don't know, I don't really care about doing that. So then, okay, I don't think there's anything else to say. So then I just look at him, and I'm like, I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to go. Like I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna tell him I'm going. So I look at Ali and I go, we lock eyes, and I say, "You are the one Christ. Always remember that." And he goes, like, he got hit with it. And then I go to turn to Archard. And I turn to Archard to say it to him, and I literally only see the back of his head. He's just turned, but like, he's just turned, his head is turned like say it, like I'm looking like this. And I say to Ali, "You are the one Christ, remember that?" And I'm like, I felt like I got him to know. And then when I turned to Archard, he's just like this. And I just was like, whoa. I'm looking at the back of his head. And it's either because, like, I don't know, maybe he's just like, oh, cringe, just fucking look away, or something, or like the entities are like, I don't know, bro. So then I just said it to the back of his head, hoping he would turn, and he did. Like, it was like rock, steel. So I just said it to the back of his head, and then I'm like, okay. And then like a sword, but I brought my arm down like a sword, and then I'm just gonna go now. I'm just gonna go now. And like, I like kind of like chopped in front of his face like this, like, I'm just gonna go now. And he just went, okay. And I was like, oh, are these just real kids, bro? I'm just tripping. And I just got up. I just started walking in my friggin' slides, in my flip-flops, in my pajamas. And I dare not light my joints. I'm just like, I just walked. And then I didn't look back. I didn't hear them talk. Part of me wanted to walk that way and go by the car, but I'm like, I'm just gonna go that way. And I went around the corner, and I just, am I blurry? And the thing doesn't, I gotta like make sure it focuses. Anyway, so I just like felt like, okay. And as soon as I got up, I'm just like, whew, that oppressive air was gone. But it could have been just like all three of us were just like, the fuck, sizing each other up and shit the whole time. You know what I mean? Or they were just, we've been here for centuries, millennia. We just do this. We just encounter people who look like they need karma, and you dictate how we act. Like, that was the vibe. And so I go. Yeah, and then I remember telling them, like, yeah, they were like they're asking me questions about weed and stuff, and like, oh, like, well, like, so you just like after a long day you'll just smoke a joint? And I'm like, I don't know, like, recently I've been chain smoking these, like, I've just been chain smoking these, like, now that's done, like, that's been done for like, I don't even know, 3 weeks, maybe a month. Like, I don't care about, I just had like a month of like chain smoking weed. Like, in a month I smoked a pound and then stopped. Like nothing for a year, and then in a month a pound, and then I just, something's got to give. Steve Harvey, something's got to give. I like that. It made me like get my crying out, and I was like, yeah, weed really good at helping me like get my emotions out. So I was smoking weed to like cry. Anyway, so I wasn't crying here, but I was really sad, kind of crying. I don't know. It was like, not really tears, just more like sad. Just feeling. But not doing a really good job, I guess, because these guys, I wanted to do something. They seemed like they were flowing well. Damn, I wanted to do something. I'm gonna do it. I wanted to do something before I started. As a member of the Midnight Society, I hereby declare this tale Dem Two. Are you afraid of the dark? Anyway, I want to do that before. I forgot though. Anyway, so yeah, then not the next day, but later in the week, I was gonna do it the next day. The next night, I'm like, I want to go back there and see if they're there again or if they'll pop out again, right? Because like there's things going through my head, like, is this a spot? Like, was I in a spot, on a turf spot where like they do drug dealers and stuff? Because sometimes there's a lot of people playing basketball here, and then I'm thinking, oh, were they from there? Like they saw me up there and came down or something. Like the second time I came, I was thinking that. But anyway, like a week later, sometime in the week, like 3 days later, I'm like, yo, like, because this is like go silly mode. I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna go to Queen Street and I'm gonna get shrooms because they have a shroom dispensary. Fun Guys, right? I'm going to Fun Guys. I'm gonna get shrooms. F it. Like F it. Then I got shrooms. Took them. Because I wanted to go to the studio and do another guitar video on shrooms. but like I didn't. Like I started playing the guitar a little bit. Like I started tuning it and I'm on shrooms in the studio thing and I'm playing. And that's my dad's band's studio. Right? They just rented that place out. There's a unicyclist guy. Like a performer. He does lots of like balancing acts and juggling. With like the room next door. And that's another room where like they just made their studio. And then funny, my dad told me like back in the 90s or 80s, the people below, like the floor below, got raided because they were a meth lab. Like that area is a trip. When you see those videos where I'm in that studio, that's a trippy area. It's a trippy area. I don't remember. Keel and Lawrence, I think. Anyway, so every area is a trippy area. So yeah, it's like someone watches. Like maybe there's people from the building and they watch. And if someone comes sits here, they come down and like check me. Like that's what I thought they were doing. Like I thought like they maybe like saw me up there and like, who is that? And they came down and like to come check me. It was just so trippy how fast shit changed. Like I'm sitting here alone and just pop, they're in my face. Anyway, where was I going? So yeah, I got the shrooms and then I'm about to do a video and like start playing and like I'm starting to come up on the shrooms. I'm like, I don't even want to like do this. Like I've only been like high on weed and espresso because when I was like smoking all the weed, then you start drinking coffee and some of those, and then some of them I'm just sober. So I'm like, let's try one on shrooms, and I just didn't want to. Like I'm like not into it, not into like drugs and stuff so much. All those stories that like are my drug trip parts are like one-offs, you know, but like just because they're all like clumps together, it looks like I'm like a junkie doing that stuff all the time. Which I started to realize. But anyway, so I start coming home, and funny, I'm like I start coming up on the shrooms, and I'm like, F it, I'm just gonna go home. I go in the car, start driving home, and like I'm peaking driving home. I'm like, damn, I'm in the car peaking. I didn't take it in. I'm like, I'll just get home. No, it's not that crazy. Like, not that crazy, you know, but relax, because I'm on the highway and I don't know how long. It could have been 2 minutes, 3 minutes until I realized cars are just passing me I'm going 40 miles per hour on the highway, on the 401 or whatever. And then I'm just like, yee! I sped up to 100. People are calling the police. I'm feeling like transmissions, like I'm getting cops calling on me right now. And then like people are saying there's a guy going 40 and shit. So I get. And then I start slowing down to like 70 at some point. And then there's this other car in front of me, like a souped up car, like a Toyota, like souped up paint job and stuff. And I'm behind him just going, and I look at my thing and I'm going, because then I start seeing cars passing again. I'm going 70. I'm looking at him and he's going 70. I'm like, yo, this guy's on something too. If this guy's going 70 on the highway. And I just go. Anyway, I get home. I park the car. I'm like, yeah, don't do that again. Like, frig it. So I get out and I start walking. I'm like, I'm gonna come here on shrooms and see if I encounter them. So that's the second time I'm coming here, and I know it's like, you were high. Oh, and then the next time you were on shrooms. The first time 7 years ago, though, that's the big untwist of the story. So I come here, I sit my butt down. What time could it be? Maybe 10 p.m. again, around there. 9. It's night, right? It's night. Now I'm just pull out a joint and I go, all right, let's see if they come. Let's see if people come. Let's see if I meet Ali and Archard again. Oh yeah, because when I said like you are the one Christ and you are the one Christ, and I said I'm just gonna go, brought my arm down like a sword. I felt like a Jedi mind trick kind of movement, but I didn't like. It was like God guiding me to do that. It was so weird. To like, and I like kind of like put him out of his equilibrium. I don't mean to put anyone out of their equilibrium. I'm just saying it felt like when Christ casts out demons, like the Christ will cast out demons. So when I called him the one Christ, it was like over, like no more was gonna happen. Violent. And then the sword just chopped me right through, and I'm like, I'm going chop out of this air. And then so I'm here again on the shrooms, and I'm just like, that's when I started thinking like, oh, are they in there watching me? Like, because there's like, even because like I was driving up and down my streets, and there's these like, dude, they could be spirits too. These two friggin' cars, these two black cars that always pop out on Golden Orchard down the street, like past Bloor, and you go down, and I was driving up and down Golden Orchard, and eventually two like cars were just like parked there, and I would come up and one would stop me and the other one would go around, and then one would stop like this and I'd go through, and then they'd like come like one in front of me, one behind me, and like follow me like that, like, and like this has happened before, and I'm like, oh, it's these guys, and I get the vibe they're like Persian drug dealers or something. Like, I don't know what they are, but like I think they're like who the fuck is this guy continuously driving up and down, like check them. And I'm like, I remember these two cars, they're like the trippiest looking cars. And I'm just thinking like, maybe it's just me tripping on shrooms, but like I've seen, and then like in the plaza by Grant's Food Mart. I don't know if anyone's like looking on the maps, looking on Google Maps, Grant's Food Mart, where there's High Point Mall, in that parking lot. Like I also drove through there, like before I parked at home and came here, right? And there's just like these dudes in their car, and they're like just sitting there, like, I don't know, bro, like lots of like trippy shit like that. So that's what I thought, like these guys were like these guys who came to me, Ali and Archard, like checking people, like people who check you when you're on the block. And so yeah, then I said like, oh, what's your name? Ali. What's your name? Archard. Hey, there's a bug. Bug was on the phone. Okay, peace. I'm Devin. And then I'm gonna go. or like sword. And then what's your name? Ali. What's your name? Archard. Brothers forever. I go. Come here on shrooms. Thinking, oh, they're from there. And I'm thinking, nah, I don't think so. So I light up my joint, and like I'm on shrooms, so everything's like I can't like see far clear. So down there, right there, where that silver car was, like on that path there, I see a white shirt and black pants, and he pulls out his phone, and he's like looking at me, standing there, and he pulls out his phone, he starts talking to something like, oh, okay, this is a spot, I guess, like this is a drug dealing spot or something like that, and like he's calling all the boys now, he's calling people, right? I'm just thinking, and then he's walking up, and he gets to like there, like the fence, and it's still shoomy, so I can't make out if it's Ali, but I'm like, it's probably Ali. And he turns back and starts walking up, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm tripping, maybe this is nothing. And then he's just like walking like back and forth, he's like sticking around there on the phone, right? And I'm like, oh damn, it's Ali. And then I hear noise behind me, and I look, and coming down, man in all black, exact black t-shirt, black pants, satchel, Archard's haircut, and he's smoking something. And I'm like, oh, it's Archard, bro. I'm kind of happy. I'm just like, it's Archard and Ali, right? I'm like, hey. And then he's just walking. And I'm just like looking at him smoking, waiting for him to notice me, or I'm trying to like really like clearly see if it's him, because it was really dark. You know, look how dark it would be at night. This is like really dark. And he's walking, and I'm just looking at him, and he goes, and he cuts through the corner. I'm like, yo, this is so fucking weird, man. And then like this guy in the white t-shirt still there, just going back and forth, coming up. And I'm thinking he's gonna come like right up, but he will just stop at that fence and then turn around again on his phone. And like everything's like, I can't tell who it is. And I'm like, but like when that guy came like right there, the closest he was for me, I'm like, I don't think that was Archard. I think this is just the trippiest coincidence. I know there's no coincidences, but he seemed a little bigger than Archard. When he got around the corner, I'm like, they're coming around, they're fucking doing something, they're gonna check me, they're checking me, right? They're checking who this is, because this car's still here, and they're just in the car. Like, I don't know what the fuck, bro. I literally don't know what the fuck. This must be some sort of spot. There's always people here. I'm surprised no one's here. Anyway, I'm just like, okay, I'm starting to get that same feeling, but also the feeling of maybe I'm just projecting that feeling, but it's a feeling, right? So I just get up before the joint's done. I'm like, F this. And then I start walking that way, because I'm like, I'm gonna go see him. I'm gonna go see if that's Ali. I go start walking up, and because there's shoes, I can't tell, and it's dark, so I can't tell. And so I get up, and I'm like, where that truck, or the darker gray truck, they're in that black car, or whatever, who the fuck that is. That's not the car that they had, though. They had a sedan. But anyway, I was like there, and then I crossed the road there, because I didn't want to cross like directly to him, where he was like right there. So I like crossed there, and I'm standing on the sidewalk, and from there I just go, I'm still looking at him, I can't tell. I go, Ali? He's like, Ali? He goes, huh? I'm like, Ali? Are you Ali? Your name Ali? And he's like, oh no, sorry, I'm just on the phone right now. And I was like, oh, that's not Ali at all. Or Ali shapeshifted. Are they skinwalkers? You know, I don't know if skinwalkers exist. But anyway, It's a human. If skinwalkers exist, they're just humans who are really skilled at projecting a different form. But they're all humans, either on the earth or not on the earth, coming to the earth in their spirit form. It's all humans. It's all humans. Even if they look like, like I said, if they look like a gremlin or a goblin or some next creature, it's a human. So then, and yeah, that whole time, the first time, the driver was still staring straight ahead, did not even look. And because I'm just thinking like, so, yeah, maybe. I'm just thinking there was 4 people in the back, but I don't know. One was in maybe the passenger, and the 3 in the back, and they left their friend. I was just weirded out how like the driver was just still staying in there. So he was probably just like, just look straight ahead. Just look straight ahead. So yeah, it wasn't Ali. And then I continued walking. I'm like, maybe I'll find that guy in the black. I didn't see him anywhere. Because like, you go around, like there's nothing for anyone to do but go like either that way or that way. It's the same sidewalk, and I didn't see the black short kid. Maybe I just missed him, right? Or probably, no, I don't know. I didn't go right away, so he probably would have already been gone. But anyway, yeah. And then the third time is now I'm here, and there's just this car there with 2 guys, and one looked like Archard, all in black again. And the 7 years ago thing, I'll put a link in the description of this video where I found exactly the faces I saw of these 2 things, these 2 entities, which probably were Ali and Archard, me seeing the future in dreams, because you know how like you have a dream and then some other time it happens in waking. Yeah, that's always happening, by the way, not just in your dreams. Like everyone who thinks the phone is listening, and then you're like, and then I saw the ad the next day, like, get off your screens. The phone's not listening, the universe is. It'll be the same thing if you just get off your screen. You'll think or talk about something, and then you'll see a giant billboard of it, or someone will have a conversation walking by you about it. It's not, the phone's not listening. God is listening. The law of attraction is listening. So, like maybe the phone could be listening like to an extent with spyware and like all that, but like to like send you ads and stuff like that, that's just the universe listening. Like you'll notice it if you just get off your screen. And yeah, so 7 years ago I encountered for the first time what sleep paralysis is. I don't want to say sleep paralysis demons, because like, and I don't want to call like Ali and Archard demons, because it was like they were like on the fence. Like they could be if you fucking wanted them to be, or they could just be angels if you wanted them to be. That's why it was awesome. I was like, so this is what you guys do, eh? Like, this is what you guys have been doing for millennia on the earth for people, just like showing them who they are. Like, you know what I mean? Like you act big, we can take you over, or like we can like put you down, you know. If you're kind with us, we'll show you like what love is. But like that's what I feel like that's what everyone does with everyone. Like that's what everything is. That's why all this like UK arresting people for tweets and shit, and the suppression of freedom of speech and comments being censored on YouTube. It's just like, bro, you're doing damage. Like you're doing damage. But I guess that's how it's flowing. They're putting people down if they do that, or they're letting people go if they don't do that. But like, people gotta be free. to do what they want. But yeah, violence, no, we don't want to incite violence and stuff, so they'll do what they gotta do. People gotta do what they're gonna do. Anyway, so yeah, I encountered my first sleep paralysis. I was sleeping, and then I woke up. The car is going, and it's like 9 a.m. And I woke up to my door opening, and I'm sleeping in the basement, and there's like my room, and then you go like around the hall, and there's stairs, and yo, unless that guy, okay, unless one guy left, I can't even like, I don't, wait, maybe I can prove it. There was one guy in the, unless the guy walked away somewhere, there's one guy in the car. Oh, are they gonna go left? I had a feeling something was gonna trip us out. There was one person in the car. Unless the guy was hiding in the back, there was one person in the car. There was one person in the car. The Archard kid. The kid with the backwards hat was not there. Bruv. Unless I didn't see him, but I saw empty seat, clearly empty seats, and then just one head. I couldn't even prove it too, like, what the frig, bro? Anyway, yo, man. See, like, they just, they dematerialized down the street. Anyway, nah, I don't know, man. But anyway, there was one person in the car. Unless the guy, like, walked off somewhere, or he's in that other car. But they both came in the same car. They both came in one car. I can't even prove it too. Anyway, someone will prove it. I could have just not seen him, but the sun shone through all the windows, and I could see the headrests of each seat, and there was just one head. Unless he was like ducking in the back, I don't know. The day we know how to remote view and look in the Akashic records and look from anywhere, we'll be able to know. I mean, that's now, but everyone has like a sphere around them, like their spirit and their soul, a sphere, and like it's like a 360 eye, like you could literally perceive from any of it and look at yourself from outwards. But like you don't need to do all that shit. I'm just saying you could do that. It's better to just go into the center of your heart, and you'll see everything and nothing. Where was I? So I wake up, and I don't even know I'm paralyzed yet. I just wake up to like a sound of the door opening and young kids talking, and the lights on, like in the other room. Like I see the light pouring into where I'm sleeping, and I just hear kids talking, coming down, like, yo, they're saying something like, yo, shh, shh, shh. Yo, let's go see him, or something like that. And I'm like, yo, who's here? Like, who's here? Who did my mom let in? Like, are my friends here or something? And then I'm just looking, waiting for someone to come around the corner, and it's tall kid, short kid, black, white, and their faces, and they have the haircuts Ali and Archard had, but their face was just a white mask. And I'll put a link in the description of this AI video I saw like yesterday or 2 days ago, exactly of that. Exactly the face I'm talking about. It's like God's like, oh, but then there's another kid in black, and that's definitely not Archard, unless it is. And they're just like, I'm gonna keep shifting and tripping you out. No, that kid looks way younger. All these kids in black. Anyway, and then there's like friggin' Archard's freaking shit, and then Ali's chilling. No, that's been there for a long time. I think that was there when I came the first time. What's this, lad? What's this, lad? Toronto Raptors. World champions, world champions. So they come around the corner, yeah, and they're just right when they come around, they're like kind of, oh shit, and they just freeze. And when we make eye contact, they both just freeze. They're the exact same build as Ali and Archard, and I only remembered this like a week after this situation happened. Like this situation, I only remembered, like, put it together, like, yo, 7 years ago is that who they were? Because funny thing, when they came around the corner, right, and I saw them, and I'm like, I don't know these guys, and they looked 3D, like they looked like 3D models or something, like AI. Dude, they look like the way the video that I put in the link, they look like that. But maybe that could have all been like coming together in my dream, because you know, like when you have a dream and you see it happen the next day, it's like a bunch of things that happen throughout the day happen in one moment in the dream. You know what I mean? Like there was this like a dream I had, like, last night, I think. It was this guy, and he was like, what do you have? He's looking out his car like this. He's like, you got knives? And I pulled off my bag and I just kind of gave it to him. And then another person in black, and that silver car looks like the car I pulled up. I don't think it is. It's been people in black all in a row. Actually, not all in a row. There's someone walking with no black. I'm just narrowing the people in black that walk by. But like hardly anyone walks by her. But when they're in black. Anyway, so they froze and I froze, and then they just sprinted at me. Like they just sprinted at my bed, and that's when I knew I was like frozen, because I tried to move and I was like, I'm frozen. And one of them just like jumped on the bed like this, like, and I was like this, and they're over me, and I was like on the bed like this. So like I couldn't look up at their face. I just was like, knew they were like looking at me, staring at me. And one, I don't know what the other one was doing. I think like just on the side of the bed or something, or like just standing on the bed, on the end of the bed. And the vibe I was getting was like, they're not here to hurt me, they're just observing, right? They're just observing me. Like, I just felt them going, like scanning me. I'm like, I was like, and I think I said, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. I said, Devin G, Christ. Like, from what I understand, like, you know how everyone's like, say Jesus Christ, the name Jesus Christ is a powerful name. Your name, it's your name. That's the powerful name too. That's what you gotta learn. If like spirits or evil spirits or like interrupting spirits and shit, like, you know who you are. I'm Devin G. I'm Devin. So Christ. So come into Christ. Map. I was like, map. Like panned over there to the echo. Anyway. Yeah, it works just the same, because like, if you know yourself, how can anything attack you? You'll know that it's not you. Because like evil spirits that influence you will be like evil genius, finesse you into thinking it is you, when really it's just something influencing you. But like, it is you. Just say it's you. Just be like, come into the center of my heart, whatever that is. But like, if they know it, you know who you are, you can't be touched. Like it can't. They're like, oh, they gotta go. They're like, we can't even affect him because he knows himself. She knows herself. You have to leave. You have to go. You can't convince this person, to do. Like if evil spirits are trying to influence you to murder or sell drugs, do something violent or harmful. A weak person who doesn't know themselves and is super off their center could like fall into it, crash out, and go silly. But if you know who you are, how can they convince you to do that? They'll be like, that's not what I would do, that's not me. And everyone who is them true selves doesn't do anything sinful because you are the one Christ. And you just got to know you are not the one Christ. And put all those parts of yourself that are not the one Christ into your center, which is the one Christ. And that's how it heals. And then you can only be left with the one Christ, which is what everyone is. And how can anything convince you? To do a sin. Correct power, incorrect angle. CC plus math games. IYKY. Another person in all black. They're all Archard, just forming different ways. And that's Ali the dog. The dog is Ali. I have so many dreams at this school though. Like I'm coming through this hall. So many dreams, man. So many dreams on like this field and stuff. Anyway, so they go. I don't remember if I said Jesus Christ though that time, because I did have another sleep paralysis like years later, like very recently, like maybe last year, and I said Jesus Christ, didn't you Christ. But I feel like I did that also that time 7 years ago, but I don't know. But I think I did, because like the silver car's right there. The silver car is right there. I'm pretty sure it was the silver car when it came, bro. I'm gonna walk by it. That'd be nice to see that they're just like normal kids that actually go somewhere and go sleep in a bed, because the vibe was they didn't do anything. They just went back into the ground or something. When they got out of range of me, they just go back into the ground or go back into the ether. Right, so yeah, I'm walking this way. I'm gonna see. We're gonna see what the fuck. Looks like there's one person in a car, like an adult. So oh man, I don't remember what I was saying now. Yeah, I don't think wait. Oh, it's a geriatric man, an ancient, an experienced wise man. He's looking down. He got the cross hanging off. He's waiting for someone, I guess. Maybe his wife is the janitor, because I saw her through the window cleaning. I don't know. Like, hold up. First time. It was night, man. Maybe it was like silver, dark silver, like this color sedan. So like another, like I'm not joking. Everyone's in black. He's like, the fuck you film me for? Because you're Archard. I know you. I don't know, bro. Like, see, like I looked right in his eyes when he went by, and I'm like, it, like, when I looked in those kids' eyes, Ali and Archard, it was something else. Like, anyway, so the sleep paralysis kids went away, and they looked like 3D models, like that AI 3D model kind of stuff, that mask, and I didn't know what they were gonna do. But when they got in the bed, I could clearly decide that and feel that they were and see that they just were there to observe. They were observing entities, observing me, and oh man, I'm gonna go here. I want to like walk by people and talk to my phone. So then that ended. I was able to move again, and then I woke up again. Like it was like, oh, this is the real light. Now I'm really waking up. I thought I was awake that time, but it was just, I don't know what the heck. Those sleep paralysis things are weird. I guess you're like sleeping with your eyes open, kind of. So the girl is in black, a black t-shirt. The person who's with isn't. Anyway, but she's in white pants. I'm in pink. So what? Doesn't I encounter them here? And then the camera falls, and then it's like. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Devin was never seen again. This is the final footage. This is based on a true story. So, okay. It does not stop being all black. There's another person there. It's stupid, I know. but yeah, years later, coming across Ali and Archard, I was thinking, oh, was that just a dream showing? Because like usually when I have a dream, it happens like the next day or the same week. But like 7 years later, it was like, oh, maybe like those two are Ali and Archard. And then I saw the AI thing with the white faces. So in my dream, it put the white faces on them, because like everything just integrates in your dream. Like everything just becomes one, which is what's going on. Just one. It's gonna go all one. One everything. One idea. One emotion. What emotion? God. Oneness. What emotion? One emotion. Oneness emotion. The emotion of oneness. And anyway, and then like maybe they, like that was showing me that they were just observing. They weren't there to harm me, but they were on some time because they were having a party night out, because maybe they were on like yayo or something. I just remember seeing Ali's eyes and I'm like, this kid's either horny or on yayo, or he's like on yayo and horny. And then maybe like Archard's on yayo when he was going like, you know what this is, bro, kind of thing. He didn't say like, you know what this is, but it like sounded like he was about to say that. But like, I just remember seeing like this one guy who was on yayo, and I saw his eyes from across the street like a few years earlier, and I was like, oh, he has those yayo eyes. Those eyes that are like crackly, sparkly. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? They're like cracking, like American Psycho, like the American Psycho title, and it's like a slash through it. Yeah, their eyes are like doing that. Like there's like a slash through their eyes, like when they're on coke. But I don't know. I was just like, I'm just assuming, because like, what are you doing? What's anyone doing? What's any young buck doing on the streets at that time? And then talking about their having sex with someone, they want hoes and shit. Later on, I remembered the Blue Lagoon. I was like, oh, I could have told them about the Blue Lagoon. I remember a lot of people telling me about the Blue Lagoon when they're like, yo, I'm about to go ahead and get bitches. I'm about to go fuck tonight. I'm going to the Blue Lagoon. I'm like, it's the Blue Lagoon, I guess. It's a freaking brothel, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, the car was like parked right there. It was just weird, bro. But probably it could have been because I was high on weed. But like, I don't know. I encountered people high on weed. It's not like that. But like that doesn't matter. There could be like a blowout that happens. Like you're like smoking weed. So many dreams down in there. And it's probably because I'm filming this now, and this is gonna go on YouTube, and like the dream happened before. But yeah, like what was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. Yeah, Blue Lagoon and all that. The sleep paralysis dudes, just like, oh, because I said you are the one Christ to them, was when I said Jesus Christ, Evan she Christ, like during the thing, during the sleep paralysis, and like it all came out like that. I don't know, that's what I put together. It all came out like that situation there, me telling them they're the one Christ, because you are, but you're not. But you are. But when you know you're not, then you just are. It's epic. And yeah, that's my what? 1 hour and 42 minutes. Holy, I don't expect to be talking this long when I'm about to, like, I'm gonna tell this story. I do not expect it to be 1 hour and 42 minutes. Like, I expected it to be at maybe 20 minutes telling my story. Anyway, yeah, that's what happened. That was my encounter with an intense, life-changing encounter. And maybe it's karma for me being trippy to people. People thinking I am some spirit when they meet me. And God's like, this is what it feels like when you encounter someone that you think is not of this world. Yo, is anyone of this world? I am. But yeah, that's it. I don't know how to end it. I don't want to end it. Well, that's the thing. When people say I don't know how to end it, maybe they don't want to end it. Maybe they just want to walk forever and talk. Yo, I'm gonna walk forever and talk. I can feel like I'm talking to trillions of people. Trillions. So it's kind of attractive. You're like, I want to stay with all the trillions. I want to stay with you all. Yeah. I wasn't gonna tell this story until I saw Story 13. And it was like a cosmic smash, a cosmic shock, cosmic bolt, cosmic latte. And I'm just like, yo, I think I met them. I came across them. And then I was like scouring the comments of the YouTube thing, trying to find anyone talking about the Story 13. And I would reply, be like, yo, I'm uploading a video. I met them. And then there was one person saying, because like a lot of people like in the comments are also explaining it. And they're like, yo, I know from Story 8, I know this is this. I work with that spirit, you know? And someone about the 13th story was like, oh, yeah, they usually come in triplets. They're la la la, I don't know, I forget. And I replied and said, oh, how in the world could I forget the third person, right? The driver. Like, how did I forget that driver just staring straight ahead the entire time like a statue? Like, I'm like, dude, is that person, you know? Yo, it was just, the vibes were just so weird. Like, I was having a Datura trip. I never had a Datura trip, but like the stories they tell about a Datura trip. Or like Mara coming, the Buddha. When Buddha's sitting and Mara coming. Those spirits, or the girls, the spirits of the girls. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it was. Like, I don't know if anyone else would have saw them if they were around me. Or like yeah. I lost my train of thought because it's a legendary puppy. Being a legend, there's two puppies. It's going down across the road. She's looking at me like, ding ding. I'm like, what are you looking at there? Talking about them legends. Talking about them too. As a member of the Midnight Society, I hereby declare this tale. Dem Two. So yeah. Oh man, I had something I was saying, like, yeah, just like, were they just spirits that came? Yeah. I was talking about the tour trips and like how like I would listen to stories of the tour trips, and it was like the one drug trip where like they talk about talking to like a full person for like an hour, and then they just vanish in front of them, and like it was like the drug that I'm like, this is the drug, all the drug. When the cop came to your school and tried to talk to you about the drugs, and or the stories about LSD, people jumping off things and thinking they can fly. I was like, the tour is that drug that is that, like, right? And they call it the domain of Shiva. Like, I don't want to try to tour. I'm just saying it was similar to, like, that's what I think it was. Because I was saying, like, maybe I smoked so much weed that, like, there was a blowout, and I just, like, saw people who weren't there. But, like, it doesn't matter. Like, they're just humans. Like, they're humans either way. They're all humans either way. Anyway. Yeah. I didn't expect to talk this long. Yo. Peace, me brothers and sisters. I'm gonna turn off this phone, and Ali and Archard are gonna come in my face. They're gonna come in my face. Yo. They're gonna come in my face. There's another guy, he's all in black, but like it's navy blue, so it's ending. It's ending. The next guy's just gonna be blue, and the next guy's just gonna be sky blue. I'm kidding. Oh, look, the next guy is blue. I just heard from an apartment. I know that man. Anyway, I'm going to walk into a neat home or just turn it off here. See the place. I'm not gonna dox myself, but I'm already doxed. I don't even care. Is doxing scary? Because like, I always wonder about if I should not care about showing my address. Because then I'm just thinking about movies and music videos and TV shows that use a house. Everyone's gonna know that house. Right? If you're just a trip, you're like, I used to work here. It's just the fear of like, oh my gosh, is someone gonna break in while I'm sleeping and destroy me? And like, dude, there's a million TV shows and movies and media where people's houses get shown, and are people breaking into them? Like, are people breaking into the Breaking Bad home? Like, no. I always trip at filming shit with people all like, and then I feel like a tourist and I'm not. I'm not a tourist, I live here. Don't worry. I know where I'm at. Just don't want to feel like a tourist here. So personally, I feel weird if I feel like a tourist and I'm saying, don't look at me like that. I don't feel I'm not like a, just feel like, now look at this new city I'm in. Film everything you want to film. The outside mans. The outside mans. Can't see them.